welcome back to another Artifact Corner. Today we will be looking at one of the first things people see when entering the museum, our beautiful door knocker. While we do have an electric doorbell, so many of our visitors still use the metal door knocker. It's far more satisfying than pressing an electric doorbell. Let's learn a bit more about the history of door knockers. The first evidence we have of door knockers comes from ancient Greece. The Spartans, when going to someone else's home, would yell out their names when approaching the house. The Athenians felt this practice was crude and opted for something they felt was a bit more dignified. Wealthy homeowners in Athens would attach a slave to the door with a heavy ring and chains, who would welcome and announce the guest. Not great. Unable to leave their post, these poor slaves might well fall asleep. Should this happen, there was a metal bar attached by a chain with which guests could rap on the door and wake the slave. Of course, the potential of this bar to be used as a weapon was quickly realized by criminals. And thus, the knocker design was quickly adapted to the classic ring-on-backplate form we still see today. The Romans adopted the door knocker, and as their empire spread across Europe, the door knocker followed. Backplates gave an opportunity to have a protective and decorative talisman overseeing your threshold, and blacksmiths responded accordingly. In the Middle Ages, the iconic lion's head door knockers began to be seen, most notably in England. Sanctuary door knockers on cathedrals promised 37 days of asylum to criminals and refugees who managed to knock upon them. The 1500s saw advances in all the arts across Europe, and the realm of smithing and related metal crafts was no exception. Brass became the material of choice for any truly inspiring door knocker, and matching brass door numbers completed the look. By the late 1700s, craftsmen had the means and motivation to move away from symbols of classical myth and heraldry. The newly independent United States of America adopted the eagle as a knocker design of choice. Other animals representing local trades and customs found their way onto door knockers by the 1800s. Fish knockers representing coastal industries were favored on the homes of mariners in coastal regions of countries like Scotland and Portugal. Today, door knockers are mostly decorative. So many people use things like doorbell cameras today that a door knocker might seem a little bit old-fashioned. Our door knocker is in such good condition, and it works very well. Even if you're in the back of the museum, you can hear someone knocking on the door with it. It is a lovely and functional piece, and we are so lucky to have it in our collections. Thanks so much for stopping by. Fish knockers is hilarious.